Welcome to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss science fiction, fantasy, cooking, the outdoors, and more. Jon Watts will no longer be directing the upcoming Fantastic Four film. This may be just as well for Watts because historically, none of the Fantastic Four films produced thus far have ever been particularly good or well received. First, there was the 1994 low-rent version made by Roger Corman, with a whopping budget of $1 million that was never released due to rights issues. It has a tomato meter of 27% and an audience score of 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. Then there was the 2005 version directed by Tim Story that had an estimated budget of $100 million and grossed roughly $333.5 million worldwide. It has a tomato meter of 28% and an audience score of 45% on Rotten Tomatoes. The 2007 sequel, Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, which was also directed by Tim Story and had an estimated budget of $130 million, only grossed just under $302 million worldwide. It has a tomato meter of 37% and an audience score of 51% on Rotten Tomatoes, which makes it, ironically, the most well-received of the four films. And finally, there was the truly abysmal 2015 version directed by Josh Trank that had an estimated budget of $120 million, but only managed to rake in under $168 million worldwide, making it the biggest financial flop of the four to date. And hold on to your hats, because the 2015 gem has a tomato meter score of 9% and an audience score of 18% on Rotten Tomatoes. If I do another unwatchable films video, the 2015 Fantastic Four film will most definitely be listed on it. So while Jon Watts, who has previously helmed the massively successful Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man No Way Home for Sony Pictures and Marvel Studios, he has, in my own personal humble opinion, wisely withdrawn from the potentially disastrous Marvel Cinematic Universe project. Watts said in a statement to The Hollywood Reporter, "Making 3 Spider-Man films was an incredible and life-changing experience for me. I'm eternally grateful to have been a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe for 7 years. I'm hopeful we'll work together again, and I can't wait to see the amazing vision for Fantastic Four brought to life." Perhaps what he actually wanted to say is that he was relieved that he hadn't potentially set his directing career backwards by attempting to direct yet another Fantastic Four bomb. Let's face it, the Fantastic Four, for whatever reason, appears to be rather tainted whenever someone attempts to put them on film. In response to Watts' public statement, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige and co-president Louis D'Esposito said in a statement, "Collaborating with Jon on the Spider-Man films has been a true pleasure. We were looking forward to continuing our work with him to bring the Fantastic Four into the MCU, but understand and are supportive of his reasons for stepping away. We are optimistic that we will have the opportunity to work together again at some point down the road." It was Feige who made the announcement Watts would helm Fantastic Four back in December 2020 during Disney's Investors' Day presentation. The Fantastic Four, which were created by the late Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, kicked off Marvel Comics in 1961. It was the comic book that reinvented the periodical publisher known as Timely and made comic book superheroes more realistic and relatable to audiences. Marvel Studios reacquired the film rights to their characters when Disney bought 21st Century Fox in 2019. Since that time, fans have been clamoring for a Fantastic Four film that does the iconic comic book justice. Personally, if it was me, I wouldn't touch Fantastic Four with a 10-foot pole. If a 5th attempt is made, I won't be rushing to see it opening night. Thank you for watching today. And thanks to everyone who has subscribed to our YouTube channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button below, and please feel free to share a comment. If you would like to see more of our videos in the future and help support this channel, please subscribe right now by clicking on the red subscribe button below. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.